But someone did actually start all this. And that person was John Moat, who had an idea. And that first Salmagundi happened because that idea was put into practice by the village hall committee. And the village came. And next year, people thought, well, that's good, let's do it again. And each time it's slightly different, and slightly different people come. And people die and are no longer present here. We've been coming over the years. Things change. But John wrote down his original idea. And it seems, in a way, I could have read it earlier, but in a way it's also appropriate to read it now, because in a way it's starting to happen already tonight. But he wrote, in those far mists of time, then came the community into the hall, each person and family, to feast the jollity and the newborn joy of Christmas tide. And the good wives and their men also brought dishes. They brought great platters and small boards and woven plates of such food as they had made with care, of pie and bread and spice meat, crinkle pastry and bun and rum pudding, and flaming tart and red pickles and concoctions that were the given fruit of the 4 seasons. And sweet liquors too, very spirited. And there was singing the joy of joy reborn. And there were children's voices too, and a happy outcry. And each one partook according to his own pleasure, and that pleasure was their very own Salmagundi. Mick says I've got to ad-lib and keep going because they're not quite ready yet. That's enough. You ready now, Mick? Flight and Freedom. It's Mick Dollymore. Well, my darlings, there's going to be a short delay because somebody's just had costume failure. Talking amongst himself while he gets his lippy on. Can anybody know that red lipstick? Desperate.
Well done, Francis. Saving the day.
I'm sorry, darling, sometimes I feel I'm working with amateurs here. Without further ado, I hand you over to the glorious, the magnificent, the one and only, Mr. Mick Dollymore.
Aha! Right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's story time. Now, those of you who are here in 2012 will remember the safety precautions. When the fire alarm goes off, just sit here and laugh. Maybe not. Anyway, we will continue. Look, 3 bowls, 3 beds, 3 chairs. It's the tale of the 3 bears. And I bet that you have never heard the truth of how it all occurred. Have you? No. Have you or not? In an old local dwelling on farmland lived 3 souls waiting for fast broadband. But BT said with crocodile tears, "You've only waited for 25 years. That's the time it takes us to see if we can answer an emergency." And in this cottage, small and spare, lived Mr. and Mrs. and Baby Bear. Mr. Bear was tall and strong, working hard the whole day long, running marathons and taking risks, pulling pints and selling crisps. Mrs. Bear was neat and cooking luscious meals for him. And please forgive amidst the hype the obvious sexual stereotype. She kept the family from getting poor and was a local parish councillor. Now, Baby Bear was very small. In fact, he was hardly there at all. It's 7 o'clock and breakfast's here.
What's it today, Mrs. Bear, my dear?
What's for breakfast? What's to eat?
I wonder what would be a treat.
It's the boys and girls who should ask. What should we have for breakfast?
What should we have for breakfast? Shredded wheat!
Pancakes!
Potato bits!
Porridge? Porridge? How this happens? That's what I've got. Right.
Cue music! Porridge!
Lots of lovely porridge. I cook porridge. Lots of lovely porridge. I cook porridge. In my own special way. It's the way I cook it with honey and malt, with nuts and fruit and milk and salt. Porridge. Lots of lovely porridge. Porridge. Lots of lovely porridge. I cook porridge most of the time. And my porridge is perfectly divine. I make thick and lumpy, light and thin, with beer and scrumpy, whiskey and gin. Porridge, lots of lovely porridge. Porridge, lots of lovely porridge. I make porridge when it's nice and quiet. And our porridge is our staple diet. We eat it daily from Monday to Sunday. We even brought brought it to the Salamancandy. Lots of lovely porridge. Porridge. Lots of lovely porridge. Porridge. Lots of lovely porridge. Porridge. Lots of lovely porridge.
Porridge? I like that a lot. But Mummy, this is much too hot.
Much too hot, dear. Are you sure?
Yes, it makes my mouth all sore.
We ought to let that porridge cool. There's time before you go to school. Now let's take a little stroll. Down the lane and up the knoll. And if we're not too quick and brisky,
Oh, pardon.
shall be rather tasty.
One rehearsal as well. So, off they went, quite free from cares. Baby Bear and his 4 bears. Now Baby led them at a run, but they had left the door undone. And past that door, and past that door, quite soon they strolled, a little girl just 9 years old. A little girl just 9 years old. With bright blue dress and Superman socks. You're right, her name was Goldilocks. She rang the bell. I don't know why. And finding there was no reply, she pushed the door and stepped inside. And how her eyes both opened wide. And her mouth.
I'm all alone. The coast is clear. There's absolutely no one here. Oh, there's not. There are absolutely no one here.
I'm not here. I'm not. Oh, yes, there is.
Oh, no, there's not. You guessed this from my Superman socks. I go by the name of Goldilocks, with golden hair and golden curls. Hello, all you boys and girls.
Hello, Goldilocks. Hello,
Goldilocks. Hello, everybody.
That's no good. Come on.
Here, that'll do. Calm down, calm down.
And then the porridge. She espied.
Porridge, 'tis my favourite.
Goldilocks cried. Take it up to ventriloquism.
I feel like a song coming on. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. That was give me some mic, Mike. Oh, really, Mike. That's right. Here we go. Are you ready now? I eat porridge all of the time. And now when I hear the clock chime, I eat porridge whenever I die. I eat so much, it should be a crime. Porridge in my shoes to get high. Or a porridge in my cellular. I close me too tight. so much, it should be a crime. Porridge and the luck and the love. I've had porridge since I slept in the car. I've had porridge and I'm feeling like a shot. I love porridge cause it just hits the spot. You know, porridge is my destiny. I love porridge. Porridge is the greatest thing on earth. I like to smear it all up my mouth. I like porridge and love. I like porridge since I slept in a cup. I like porridge and I'm feeling like a chump. I love porridge 'cause it just hits the spot. Hits the spot.
Upon the table.
I'll eat them if I may. My absolutely favourite diet. Come on, do you think I ought to try it? Yes! Oh, yes, I should. Oh, no, you shouldn't! Oh, yes, I should. Oh, I'll go with it because I'm bloody hungry.
She tried the large bowl the first.
Oh, here, this porridge. Oh, it smells the worst. The main thing that is in that bowl is oats and milks and alcohol. The whole thing tastes like yucky salt.
One spoonful made her call a halt. Next, she tried the middling size. But that one too was a surprise.
Oh, just look at that. Look at that. 'Tis all lumpy. Now, let me try just one last more, or one more last, or one last there. And if it's no better, I'll declare.
So glad she paid the bears a visit, Goldilocks thought this porridge exquisite. She ate it down, it was the best. And then she felt like a little rest. There were, of course, 3 chairs right there for Mr. and Mrs. and Baby Bear. She tried the first. It was quite vast. The next, too soft, and so she passed to the very smallest chair. But tell us, folks, should she sit there?
You sure? There's nothing wrong with this chair, look. Solid as a rock.
Oh dear, she fell and banged her head. So think she'll rest upon a bed.
This, I'll try the largest. Oh, it's too hard. My back would be all scarred. Well, let's give the next a try. Oh, it is a bit too soft. A bit too high. Oh dear. I'll try this tiny one, methinks. Oh, perfect, my dears. Perfect. Perfect for 40 wings.
She lay down and began to snore. And never heard as through the door the bears came from their walk returning, or for their porridge keenly yearning. Then Mr. Bear astutely saw that things weren't as they were before.
What's this? Since we've been on our stroll, somebody's eaten from my porridge bowl. Somebody, I know not who, has nicked a bit from my bowl too.
Somebody, some mucky pup, has eaten all of mine right up.
And who's been sleeping here?
I say, perhaps, don't miss your best verse.
Oh no.
oats.
Father looked at his bed.
Excellent. Who's been sleeping here?
He said. Then Mother Bear said crossly,
Pooh! Someone's had a bounce here too.
It really is a mystery. Where can this awful person be?
look behind. Baby shed a bitter tear.
There she is. She's still right here.
The older bears looked fierce and growled, while Baby Bear raised his head and howled.
Be off with you, you naughty child. Be off before we all turn wild.
Goldilocks leapt from the bed and unabashed, she calmly said,
You foolish quadrupeds! Don't say such angry words to meet a day. You do not know why I am here. The reason is in fact quite clear. That's Mrs. Bear, that's you, my dear, are porridge maker of the year. They voted in our magazine as #1 in haute cuisine. Here, have a check. 10,000 quid.
I never did. What? Sit you down as before. I'm going to have to cook some more.
Mummy Bear's work is never done, and cooking porridge ain't that much fun. So everybody lends a hand, and porridge soon starts to expand.
You can see what I can see. Bloody hell. Look at that.
It's in the pot, it's in the bowl. Then on the table, porridge quickly rolls. And round the room it starts to roam. This porridge has a mind of its own.
Well, I never.
Lots of lovely porridge. Porridge. Lots of lovely porridge.
No, lots of lovely porridge.
Porridge. Lots of lovely porridge. Porridge. Lots of lovely porridge.
Story cannot get much dafter, they all live happily ever after. Goldilocks and the Three Bears was written and directed by Mike Stubbs and The part of Mr. Bear was played by Sir Richie Lawrence Olivier. Mrs. Bear was Lord Richard Bent. Over the years, Jonathan Fellow. Baby Bear was Oscar winner Michael Bent. Played by Dame Stuart Nola. The maker was me, and the porridge was brought to you by Welcombe Production by the British Porridge National Foundation.
Porridge. Lots of lovely porridge.